Hello and welcome to the Page Builder Functionality Essential Theory. What are pages exactly? A page is what a user sees when they visit your website. It's basically a web page. A page is the front end of your application, and it's the place where you show all your data to your users, the place that they navigate through when they're interacting with your application. Building pages is done via the Page Builder. This powerful tool has a nice drag and drop interface that allows you to quickly create all kinds of different web pages. The Page Builder saves your data in real time when you make changes, so you never lose progress while you're building. The building blocks of the Page Builder are called components. You drag these to the canvas to create your page. You can combine these components to create partials. And these partials can then again be shared and used in other pages or even other applications. This means that you can reuse a lot of the stuff that you're building. The pages you build are natively responsive. There's all sorts of settings to tweak this and create pages based on a user's device size. Components. To create a page, the Page Builder uses all sorts of components in order to create a page. These components can be separated in the following kinds: layout, navigation, content, button, data, form, list, cards, and logic. The components are pretty self-explanatory. For example, data components are components that we use to show the data from our data model on our web pages. Another example is navigation components. They help our users to navigate through an application. Logic components might be a bit fake, but what they do is determine whether or not other components are shown. For example, only the owner of a comment can edit or delete it, because it would be a bit odd if everyone has the option to change someone else's comment. Each component has its own settings. They vary per kind and per individual. Some settings, for example, are about the style of the component. Should a button take the full width of its container, or should it have a different color? What kind of events should be triggered, and what kind of data should be shown exactly? These settings can vary a lot and allow for a lot of variety and creativeness whilst building your pages. Data components are very important components that allow you to use your model's data on a page. They work with data from your data model and are very dynamic. In order to work with these, you need to make sure that you have the right permissions enabled on your models, or that you have some sort of authentication set on your application, like a login functionality, for example. On data components, you can pick and choose which model's data you want to show. And you can use a filter, for example, to only retrieve data from a specific user that's logged in. And it has functionalities like ordering the data that you're showing. Form components are another very important group of components that is used to manage your data in the front end. Forms like a create form allow you to create new objects. An update form allows you to update data from an existing object. And a delete button allows you to delete data from a row. You can also create custom forms from scratch, allowing you to create and fine-tune your own forms the way you want them to be. Interactions are triggers that allow a reaction to happen to your page. It's used to create an advanced user experience for your users. With interactions, you can automate things, like the moment you click submit on a form to create a new object, it'll redirect and refetch the data on your page. This then allows you to instantly see the new object that was created. These interactions are super dynamic in their configurations. While you work with interactions, you'll notice that if you name your components properly, it makes it a little easier since you're able to select the target component via its name. If you never change it and you want to select a specific row, whilst you have like 10 rows in your application, naming them and specifying what their purpose is makes it a lot easier when you're working with interactions or navigating through your componentry.